Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trendscenter app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. Okay. On the Trendscenter app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from the top betting experts. Choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when these systems have games. Download the app for free using the link in our description and get a free 2-week premium trial using the code TFTM. The normal free trial is 3 days. Kind of a big deal. Upgrade your sports betting research today. Okay, let's get into the show. Episodes every Thursday, and we're back, and it's peak college basketball season right now. Well, I guess it's not peak; the tournament hasn't started yet, but it will be in a few short weeks. It is almost the end of February, so March Madness is just right around the corner, and yeah, check out the Trendscenter app. That is a huge help if you're a gambler like us. It's been helping us cash a ton of bets. How many bets have we tweeted out that have won in a row so far as of today?
As of time of recording, I thought it was 5. We're going for 6 today.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so, yeah. Marquette, we have minus 11.5, is up by 23 right now with 15 minutes left. So,
well, sounds like 6 to me. Still early, but
don't be jinxing it now.
Yeah, I'm not jinxing.
Yes,
I don't mean to, at least.
That's all the reason you need right there, folks. Check out the Trendscenter app, link in the bio. It's awesome. It's been definitely helping us navigate this college basketball season. Okay, how are we doing? How are we doing, guys?
I'm doing good.
Okay, awesome.
Doing good on betting college basketball. Obviously, Trendscenter a big part of that. But I mean, don't want to jinx it. Not still young, but doing pretty well. Hoping to make it. I think if I have a winning night tonight, it'll be my 6th winning day in a row. So hell, won't complain about that.
Hell yes, Sean. How's your week been?
It's been fantastic. I may, in fact, be one of the hottest college basketball gamblers on the planet right now. Going since last week, since we recorded live of the Florida Alabama under 174, which still makes me upset. But since then, I have not had a losing day, and I have gone up at least 3 units every day. And it is mostly all Trendscenter. There are a couple that I pick on my own, but Trendscenter has helped me just build my bankroll for the tournament coming up. It's been crazy. I went in college basketball, I went 9-2 yesterday. And since the past week, I'm 34-14-1, which is crazy.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, pretty damn good.
Hell
pretty
yes.
damn good.
Hell yes. Well, I've been doing okay. I've been kind of just treading water a little bit, going up here and there. Only taking like 3 to 5 Trendscenter bets a day. Just trying to get in that mode, trying to change that gear. Really pay attention and maybe this year I'll know what I'm talking about when I make a bracket. So, um, but anyway, let's get to the show. We got a couple topics to start off with. Let's start with the Titans' $90 million in cap space. Okay, Titans. Let's see. Ryan Tannehill's off the books. Pretty sure Derrick Henry's off the books. Who else did we cut that had a lot of money in the bankroll? I'm not really sure. But Titans, I think we
I mean,
have
those are the big ones.
yeah, those are the big ones. Um, and I think we have one of the biggest cap spaces in the league, if not the most. I'm not sure.
We have the biggest with
Pretty
the
sure. Yeah.
with the cap increase, which is insane. But the Titans have the most cap to play with in the offseason.
Yes, very good. Good for them. It's like this is I see this as more of like an opportunity. I mean, obviously it's an opportunity, but it's I don't know. I'm just afraid they're gonna mess it up, you know? Am I jaded? Yeah, but it just I don't know. What do you, I don't have any like takes on like who we should sign or in free agency. I'm not sure who we have to re-sign. Um, but I know. I mean, first things first. I think we need an O line. I mean, that goes without saying. I think we have one of the worst O lines in the league. Um, whatever Joe Schmo we had play right tackle gave up the most sacks in the league. I think I heard that the other day on the radio. Um, but do y'all have any like real hard takes on who we should sign or what we should do?
I mean, if we got all this money, give me T. Higgins.
They
Like
did just
we don't have an
franchise tag him.
Oh, they did. Shit. Never mind. Who else is it? Marquise Brown. He's out there. Trying to think of others.
The
Tyler Boyd
Chiefs,
from the Bengals. I'm pretty sure he's out there.
yeah. The Chiefs did uh put the franchise tag on L'Jarius Sneed. I know that
I saw that.
his
Yeah.
name was big on the waiver wire free agents.
Yeah.
So I did hear a lot of noise today about in the local radio. I guess not really noise. It's just speculation that the Titans may sign Chris Jones, which would be insane, but probably not going to happen.
I mean, are the Chiefs going to let him go?
I think the Chiefs are backed up against the cap and franchise tagging Chris Jones. The reason they didn't is because I think his franchise tag would be more than if they just signed him. I don't know how that works. I don't know the specifics on that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know how much the Chiefs have in well, no, I didn't. I don't know how much cap room the Chiefs have, but that needs to be their top priority. So I'd be surprised to let him walk. I mean, if they do, yeah, give him to me. But I'm not expecting him to leave Kansas City.
Yeah, that'd be a tough.
Didn't they franchise tag him last year, and then he was like, "I'm not playing until I get an actual contract."
I believe
Was that
so.
the thing?
I think it was
happened
just
last
like
year?
it was like a 1-year deal though.
I know, but like he didn't have like a deal. He just had the tag, right?
Yes, they tagged
I
him,
don't remember.
and then he was like, "I'm not going to play," and then they lost to the Lions week 1, and then they signed him.
He's like, I'm not gonna play unless I have a contract.
Yeah.
A franchise tag is not a contract.
Mm.
So but yeah, that as soon as they lost to the Lions, they were like, okay, come, we'll pay you.
All right, you called our bluff. I guess we'll pay you.
Yeah.
I remember like walking out of our hotel room in Vegas that weekend, and it was like, hey, look, like the next day, it's like, hey, look, the Chiefs signed Chris Jones.
It's like, can't lose to the Lions. Can't have a bad show in week 1. I'm not totally sure who else is out there. I know that Gus Edwards is out there, which is I don't know. I don't know if we really need to sign a running back. I mean, Tajay Spears was great. Um, was it because we still had Derrick Henry and they stacked the box and he was in the passing game? I don't know. But Tajay Spears was electric.
I think we do need to sign a running back just because as of right now, it's Spears and like who the hell else? Like I can't even name who else we have on the team at running back. This may be controversial. I don't know how much faith I have in Spears as an every down back
That's fair.
because last season reminded me a lot of, I guess, 2 years ago with Tony Pollard and Zeke, where Zeke was like the workhorse, the bell cow, and then Pollard would come in and make these great plays, but it was because like defenses had to adjust and like they weren't prepared for just one guy. I could see that happening again, or not again. I could see that happening with us as like Derrick Henry leaves, Spears, he's the guy. Defenses know how to prepare for him every week, and he gets stopped. Similar to how Tony Pollard did not have a good year at all last year. So I'm hesitant to be like, yes, the running back with no ACLs lead me to a Super Bowl. I think he's great. He definitely was electric. I just don't know if he's an every down back.
I can get behind that. I if I am remembering correctly, I think we drafted a Hassan Haskins 2 years ago, and he just hasn't played for us.
I don't think he's still on the team.
I wouldn't know.
I'll Google that right now because I don't think, unless he got hurt, I have not heard his name mentioned in a very long time.
Yeah, he hasn't played because I believe that he is hurt.
He's
But
still on the team.
yeah, I'm not sure who else we can really go out there and make a big splash. I mean, everyone signs their tackles, so there's no like decent tackle out there, and like that's what we need. Um, Obviously, we might draft one or a receiver. Just I mean, it really depends. Hopefully, we don't just end up with Andre Dillard again. That guy was a bum. Um, so I don't have any. Let's see, who else? What else do we need? I think we need secondary. Obviously, um, they did. The Dolphins did tell Xavier Howard that he's not going to be picked up. So could be a move. Could be maybe. Who knows?
He's out there. I know he's old, but Stephon Gilmore's out there. He was fine with Indy last year. I think he's worth maybe taking a 1 year low, like just low amount.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I
think Micah Hyde is also out there from Buffalo.
That'd be
So
wild.
that could
See
be
one of the guys that got hurt.
Probably.
They had like three like notable guys just snap their Achilles in like a 3-week span. So I can't remember who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it was probably him. So
Yay!
But he is like he's one of the better
something.
ones. He's one of the better ones out there, other than like fucking Adoree Jackson, who we do not want back.
Bring him home. No, I'm just kidding. That guy blows. I did see today when I was just looking at notable offensive line free agents. What's his name? left tackle from Cincinnati. Crap, I had it. Let me pull it up real fast. Give me.
Brown?
Hold on, I have it. No, Jonah Williams. He was the left tackle for Cincy last year. And they're like, oh, yeah, I was reading an article. It's like, oh, yeah, this makes sense, with Callahan coming over, like the seamless transition. And then I saw he had a either lower or pretty similar PFF grade as Dylan Radins last year. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess it couldn't hurt. But I went from being like, all right, here's a guy to like, oh,
He's not a guy.
Well, he could be a body.
He's a body.
Just put him in the way, and maybe he can stop someone for a second. That's where that line is at right now.
Yeah, it's obviously we're looking to get more pieces, but this is why I really wish the NFL would switch to the draft then free agency. That'd be I don't know. That's the way the NHL does it, and I think it's better, obviously. But also the NHL is different in that you have to develop players in these feeder leagues. Not like the NFL where it's like if you got a first round pick, that guy better be starting.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's what I got. Sean, do you have anything else to add?
No, I mean I don't, just going back to the overall cap, I don't really see the Titans really spending all that much. Like they have a lot, but I don't really see them spending definitely not all of it. That would be dumb, but I don't really see them spending like $60 million. You know?
There's nobody out there worth that much.
I don't even really even see them spending like half of what they got to play with.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's just they know that they're obviously in a transitional stage. You don't want to go all in the first year you have money. Like just
Mm-hmm.
then start making the comeback. I think that's the most likely outcome.
I would like
they
to
play
see
it smart.
Yeah, that's true. I would like to see us add some sort of depth at wide receiver at least. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
go get Gabe Davis at probably not a big price tag. I mean, I think the Chiefs, I might be wrong, the Chiefs cut MVS.
Yeah, they did. They cut him today.
I mean, that he's better than everyone on the team not named DeAndre Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
Which also, bring back NWI. That guy's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Bring him back. Wide receiver.
He's got to come back.
Yes, that guy needs to be a Titan. He makes, I don't know, just something about him. I love him.
Yeah, I mean, this is way out of our realm, but
he is.
D-Hop, yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's
if you're one,
never had
have 2+-year-old wide receivers on the team. I'm just kidding.
But he's never not had a 1,000-yard season.
I know. I would be very surprised if he leaves Tampa at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, that would be sick.
Yeah. Just
we didn't have to offer
DeAndre Hopkins and Mike Evans.
God. 3 years ago, that would have been the best offense in the world.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really all I got on the cap. I don't think they're going to spend.
Yeah. As of right now, would you rather them go O-line or wide receiver with first round pick?
Probably. Yeah, I think it depends on like what Will was saying. I think it depends on what your free agency plan is.
Okay, let's say
Yeah.
they sign they just make like some like whatever moves at both wide receiver and offensive line. Like no like big names, just some pieces.
Hmm.
I think probably I would rather them draft an O lineman. Just
Mhm.
I don't know if they will. It's very much situational. Um, like I said a week or two ago, um, Brian Callahan was a part of the group that drafted uh, Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell, who arguably they needed more, but obviously taking Jamar Chase was the correct choice because they ended up in the Super Bowl. So it's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you're not gonna find like you're not gonna have your Joe Burrow and then pick up his best wide receiver in college the next year. You're not just not gonna skip over that. You
Yes,
know,
that is a
yeah.
factor. Yeah.
If Jamar Chase went to Ohio State, I don't think they draft him. Like or like anywhere else than LSU, I don't think they draft him.
yeah. I mean, I think the draft choice was the connection, and he was obviously very good
Yeah,
in college.
but it was just like these guys were a key part of arguably the best offense in college football history.
Yeah,
So
and they could be that for us. So,
yeah, so
but
fuck the O line. Let's get that. But
yeah, there's
we
there's
don't
not
have that option. So.
yeah there's not that connection me to draft a wide receiver first. So I'd probably go O line, but I do see like a lot of mocks us taking a wide receiver, and you know, I wouldn't be mad at either if they went wide receiver
Yeah.
or O line. I wouldn't really be mad. I
Mm-hmm.
would be mad if they took like anything else other than those two positions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would be furious because, like, yeah, if they just take like a linebacker, like, hey man,
What the
fuck's
fuck are
going
we doing?
on?
Yeah,
But no, I get that. I think I haven't assessed the needs of everybody in front of us. If Joe Alt's not there, then go out of Notre Dame, then take a wide receiver. But
yeah,
if he's there, you take him.
yeah.
Just
I mean,
there's nobody out there to sign, and counts.
yeah. I think they are more likely to go O line, but
Mm-hmm.
that's the beauty of the draft. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. We'll definitely see. Um,
Yeah.
moving on. Next topic: court storming. Right or wrong? What are we thinking? Obviously, we're not morons, so I think I know what we're thinking. You
Well,
can't take it away. I don't know
do
what.
you can't take it away, but
Yeah.
do you think? And this is a question for Chris because he was going off on Twitter and it was great. Uh, should these children be jailed for storming the court? Chris, your response?
Yeah. I mean, they're criminals. They're trespassing. I mean, hell, they're all there in like the court. Let's put some snipers up on the catwalks of these arenas, man. Let's just start eliminating the problem at the source. No, obviously, I was just doing my best, Jay Bill. If you want to ban court storming, you're a fucking moron. It makes sense. I get, yeah, Kyle Filipowski had a little bit of an owie on his ankle and or knee. The fact that we never got a clear answer on that shows you he was never hurt. Obviously, he's playing as we speak, uh, which is just bravery. Bravery. He deserves some sort of or a ridiculous. I hate it. So, like, people that want to take this hate college sports because that is just what makes it fun. It just the passion, the students, these enormous home court advantages that you can have. It's just what makes college basketball and college sports in general just great. So, yeah, that's my official stance. If you're against court storming, you're a communist. That is my official stance.
100%.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Jay Billis went on Nat and said that these 19-year-old kids should be in jail for storming the court. Like, he's like the spokesman of the sport. He's not like some whatever commentator on like CBS Sports Network. He is like the guy now that Dickie V's like all but retired. This is like, no, we can't have this. And one thing I've noticed that's a little interesting, most of the national media who I've seen be like very outspoken about this are Duke alums. Wonder why that is. So, I will say, who has a right to be like, hey, this whole court storming thing, maybe we should like chill with it, is Austin Rivers, who did play at Duke. But I remember when Indiana beat Duke, what was this, 6-7 years ago now? Like, Austin Rivers took the last shot for Duke. He missed. Indiana won. They stormed the court. He got legitimately trampled.
Yeah.
And nobody said a word about that. He got like legitimately like Mufasa or whoever.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, been a while since I've seen that flick. But yeah, and everyone was like, huh, that looked rough. Anyway, Indiana won the game as opposed to Cal Filipowski. Just sent that kid flying, by the way. I don't know if you've seen the video.
He shoved him.
That kid was flying.
Yeah.
And then he limps off the court like he was shot. It's just God. But yeah, and we make that a whole like people were tweeting about that like he was DeMar Hamlin. Like very somber scene in the Duke Blue Devils locker room. We're not sure if Kyle Filipowski's going to be okay. And then 2 days later, oh yeah, my whatever something was sore. I'll play. It's fine. So no, get the fuck out of here with that.
He's brave.
He is.
Yeah.
Like I said, he deserves the Presidential Medal of whatever that thing that they give.
And to not only face the chance at physical injury, but emotional injury as well. He could get PTSD from another court storming.
Did you see him sobbing? That picture of him just weeping as he was being carried off the court by his brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot imagine the emotional toll that took on him. My thoughts and prayers. If I hadn't said it already, I haven't. Thoughts and prayers to Kyle Filipowski and the entire Duke Blue Devils organization. Everybody knows they need it more than anyone right now.
Number one way to stop a court storming: don't lose.
They're up by 35 right now, by the way. So, yeah, they're fine.
Just don't lose.
Yeah, that is the thing. I know easier said than done, but that was what everyone says. Like, oh, you don't want them to celebrate? Don't give them a reason to. It's like, yeah, just win the game. Beat the unranked team. Like, I know it's college basketball, anything can happen, but like, if you're this big superior blue blood, win the game.
Win the game. Is it that hard?
Whatever.
I don't know.
Apparently.
There's no Wake Forest. Okay, well, I think that sums it up. Definitely worth noting, though.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. I just wanted to hear
Yeah.
Chris rant about it.
I've been furious for
Yeah,
days.
he's been mad on Twitter these past couple days.
Oh, I mean, there was even like, oh, there was a commentator. I forget what game it was. There was another game on ESPN shortly after the Duke game, and they like played a clip of it, just like not even really like talking about Filipowski, just showing the court storming, and they like mentioned Filipowski, and like whoever this old white was on color commentary was like, that's another reason why we got to ban court storming. It's like, God forbid these 19-year-olds have fun in the best years of their life. It's like, just shut the hell up. Like, we've been doing this for like hundreds of years, thousands of years. We haven't had a problem with it for like until like what 2-3 years ago. Like, just no, shut the fuck up. Let them have fun. Who cares?
So to move on to another topic, probably another topic that's going to get Chris heated. It is the Fanatics baseball uniforms. You can see their cock and balls. This is a travesty. You see their kibbles and bits. It's just such a poor effort by Fanatics to make these travesties that are the baseball uniforms. Chris?
Makes me think that
Oh,
it makes me think that nobody tried them on before shipping them out, or some intern was just too scared to say anything like, hey, I can see their cock and balls. That's the only like reasoning I can think of for these pants to be this bad.
Hey, does this look good?
It's like,
No, I can
I can
your
see your
cock
dick,
and
man.
balls.
Like,
everything about this, like the jersey switch to Fanatics, like every piece of new, like every new development that comes out has just been so much worse than the last one. Because at first it was like, oh, it was like the shirt part of the jersey, like, oh, it looks like it was made in a sweatshop in China. It looks like a jersey that you buy off of like some weird website for like a quarter of the price. And it's like, okay, apparently some of the players say it's more comfortable. Whatever, we'll live with that. And then we see the pants. And the first picture I saw, it was, I forget who it was. I think it was someone with the Dodgers. You couldn't see his genitalia, but you could see the shirt tucked in through the pants. So it's like, oh, it looks like he's wearing a diaper. I was like, that's bad. That's pretty embarrassing. Especially to be counter in the Asian sweatshop looking design things. That's pretty bad. And then you see this picture of Giant spring training. I don't know who this poor bastard was, like bending over. Like, I see that guy's ball sack. Like both of them. I was like, what are these things made of, man? It's just, everything has just been so comically hilarious. It's literally like that episode of Seinfeld where George makes the Yankees switch to the new uniforms and they can't move.
the wool?
Yeah, except if
uniforms?
you replace can't move with partial nudity.
Full
And
frontal.
I'm going to Reds opening day, so I'll be on the lookout for some
D&Bs.
some meaty clackers swinging around out there.
You going with your dad?
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, look at
Hey,
De La
Dad.
Cruz's penis.
You can see that guy's dick. Isn't that crazy? Look at that.
God.
Dad, look at his dick.
God. It's just so like, yeah, like how did multiple people see these things? They're like, yeah, run him.
That's what's tripping me out. Like, it's like Did nobody like try these on? Like
Even if
even like I know what you mean about the shirt too. It's like this whole thing is bad. It's just not
everything about
good.
them, every single thing has
Yeah.
been, except for like the few players who are like, well, the shirt's a little bit lighter, I can move better. That's where I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I I'll live with it. And then it was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not looking up at the outline of my shortstop's dick for 162 games.
Right.
What if it rains?
Exactly.
I
Like
hadn't
this
even thought about that.
drink in Panama City every night.
It's gonna be a wet T-shirt contest.
Like this is bad, man. And like opening day is in like a month exactly, pretty much. I mean, MLB, you got to at least fix the pants. Just make them a little thicker. Like I'll live with the shitty shirt part. Like I'll live with that. Just make the pants a little thicker, please.
Bad letters too.
I mean, yeah, they're atrocious. Like it looks like a little league jersey out. It's terrible. But it's just, I mean, that's MLB cannot stop getting in its own way at every possible turn. So I
Everything
guess
they do is hilarious.
yeah, and it's just like, I guess nothing baseball does anymore shocks me because it's just how much of a mockery can we make this sport? And apparently we're stooping to peep shows. So can't wait to see what next season brings.
I did hear this take on it. Could be a massive brain move that gets people talking about the MLB.
They're doing a good job.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's getting people talking like they are like they are kind of the joke.
But yeah, usually though, when leagues like want you to want to like generate a buzz in the off season, especially, it's like maybe it should be something good about what we're doing, not this.
Maybe they're just trying to increase their female audience.
That's a take. They see what the NFL is doing with Taylor Swift. They're like, hey, they got Taylor Swift, but we'll show almost everything. Every MLB game's gonna have to have that like TV parental guidance thing on the corner of the screen.
May contain nudity.
Yeah, it's like a PSA is going to flash before every Sunday night baseball game. Hey, like put the kids away. We don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. MLB just stays hot with making right choice after right choice.
All right. Well, moving on. Next topic. The NHL trade deadline is coming up here in a week or two. But there's a lot of noise right now in Nashville on if we should trade Jusse Saros. And that one is, for me, it's yes, but I would hate it, depending on what we would get back. But also at the same time, morale would be quite low for me. Because on one hand, it's like, UC is going to win us some games. And I mean, we're in a wild card spot right now, and we could end up making the playoffs, which is wild. We didn't have any expectations coming into this season, and making the playoffs huge. But also at the same time, we do not have the roster to make any sort of noise in the playoffs. Maybe Saros could steal a series, but that is it. That's the ceiling. That's the ceiling we got. That's the way I see it personally. And so you don't want to say that, oh, if the return is right, then yeah, we'll trade him. But at the same time, it's like if we don't trade him because we want to make the playoffs, that is a David Poyle move. Like a David Poyle move just to not trade someone in order to make the playoffs, but don't do anything in the playoffs. So it's that's my take. I think we should trade him. It would make me sad, but I think it's the right move for the future. Um, the AHL team, the Milwaukee team, they're on a heater right now. I think they won like 12 straight games or something.
I think
Something
they're on like
ridiculous.
I think they're on like 19.
It
Yeah.
it ended on Monday, I think, but yeah, 19. It finished with 19.
Fuck, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, like I didn't even. Yeah.
And I saw Askarov, the goalie, who will at some point will inevitably replace Saros, had like 5 shutouts, I think, in that span.
He was like 12-0.
Oh yeah, I mean the guy's a freak.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I mean, obviously I don't know really much about developing players aside from playing NHL franchise mode. But in real life, obviously it's different. So I mean, obviously it's not up to me if whether he's ready or not. But I mean, if he's not ready, make him a backup in the show. Give him some show time. Give him some practice. He'll develop. He's obviously a stud right now. This is sort of the time to do it. And I think and the Predators got a dance partner. There's a lot of noise that we're going to trade him to New Jersey, and like New Jersey's a young team. Um, they have plenty of assets that they can fork over. Um, they're outside of a playoff spot right now, so it's uh it's kind of tough to see them just trade for a whole new goalie, but also that can totally turn your season around. So I don't know. That's my take. Do y'all have any other take other than that?
I have some questions just because I'm not plugged into the NHL at the moment, right, like y'all are, or like you are. Will, what's Saros' contract look like? Like, is he done after this year?
No. He has next year is his last year on $5 million.
Okay, so obviously, like, if we waited to the offseason to trade him, do you think? Obviously, we probably wouldn't get the same return because you got guys maybe wanting to make a run, but like, do you think we could still get a decent return if we waited till the offseason to trade him?
Uh, I mean, a decent return, yes.
Hmm.
I think the trade deadline trade would be a
Yeah.
lot better.
Hmm.
Um, Teams are more dire to make a move.
Yeah.
So, uh, yeah, it's and the way that I see it, it's like trade Saros now, make Askarov the backup, Lankinen the starter. Lankinen is decent. He's won us some games. We're on like a 6 game heater right now, so he's. I think it's a good idea to trade Saros and let Askarov come up, get some experience, and then take over. It's tough to like just hand him over the job, but I mean, if he wins it, then he fucking wins it, you know. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I got.
I mean, I get what you're saying about like just keeping Saros for what most likely will be first or second round playoff exit. And that is a Poyle move to just keep him for that sake. But I also feel like just trading him, and I don't want to say giving up on the season, but you can kind of interpret it that way. I feel like that's got to be a blow to the locker room. Be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're gonna go golfing this summer then. Like, don't even give us a shot.
I'll
So
set
it's
up
like
tea times.
yeah, it's like I definitely get it being like the smart move, like get what like the most value for him while you can. But I also get the side of like, let's just do it. Like, yeah, we got a wild card spot. We had a wild card spot when we went to the Stanley Cup final. Granted, I know that's an anomaly. We caught lightning in a bottle, but still, like, you never know.
Yes, I definitely see that side of it. Uh, and then at the
What
same time,
what would
go ahead,
be
John.
what would be your ideal return?
Uh, probably either a first round pick or Simon Nemec, who's a right-handed D. He's like one of their top prospects. They're probably not going to trade him, but um, or some other stud right-handed defenseman because we do not have one of those,
Hmm.
or have really any in the pipeline. So that would be preferred, but you know, picks work well, and I don't know. I feel like Saros is kind of emotionally volatile, and I think if we trade him, he could stink. And if we got a first round pick out of that, then better pick. I don't know. But back to what you were saying, Chris, with like giving up on the season. They did that last year. They gave up on the season last year, and we almost made the playoffs.
That is
If you
true.
remember that,
No, yeah, I do.
with
Yeah, that's true.
with a bunch of scrubs. So,
Yeah.
um, it's you know, obviously it would be a massive blow to the locker room, but it is also a business, and these are athletes, and they're paid to play hockey.
Oh, oh yeah, I get that. Like, I'm not saying they should just immediately pack it up. Like, well, fuck you. It's like, no, you're paid to do it, paid handsomely to do a job. But I could just see that kind of being the vibe. Like, especially like you lose a few in a row, and you're like, well, like we weren't gonna do anything anyway, so who cares? But is anyone else kind of in this position for the Preds, like on the trade block? Any notable names at least?
Um, I think I saw something that like Cody Glass's name was in the mix at
That
some
guy is not
places.
very good. So
Yeah, he's not playing very
Yeah.
well. So I don't know, but if we trade him, he'll probably just become good
We're
because
gonna
that's what
trade him
happens to us.
We're gonna trade him to Minnesota, and he's gonna be a stud because that's what happens when former Preds go to Minnesota.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's whatever. But I don't think we have like a ton of assets to move, um, other than Soros being probably our biggest asset
Yeah,
that we can afford to move. So,
I do love
but that's
this
all I got.
Askarov kid. He's anytime I see a clip of him on Twitter or something, I'm like, I'm in love with this guy. I
Yeah.
saw a clip of him at like the AHL like All Star Skills Challenge or something, and they're doing one of those like the penalty shot contests, and he like somehow lost his glove and his stick, and he still made the save. Like he just put his bare hand behind his back and still made a save. I was like, this kid rocks.
He's fun. He likes to have fun.
Yeah, good. We need a good lively Russian on the team.
Yeah. Sean, you got anything?
well, I saw a take on Twitter that I hadn't thought about, and I don't remember who it was, but it was, would you trade Lankinen to move Askarov up earlier and keep Saros? And then, if you're still in this playoff hunt, essentially, do you kind of sell to buy at this point. Like you trade Lincoln in, move Askarov up, then you can kind of be like, hey, let's go.
What would you get for Lincoln then? Like, I don't
I
really
don't
know a
know.
lot about this guy.
I mean, if the goalie market is hot enough, then I don't know what you could get for him. You couldn't get what you could get from Saros.
Oh yeah, no question.
But
I
yeah,
I didn't know if this guy was just kind of. I know nothing about him, so I didn't know if he was like kind of like an up and coming guy maybe, or if he was kind of like a journeyman backup or what he is.
I think we could, if we traded Lincoln in, we could probably get a 3rd round pick, max. And he's solid. He's a solid goalie, and if there's teams out there that are afraid of their goalie being hurt, picking up Lankinen would be a decent move, just to have some sort of stability. He's pretty solid. So, but also he's a backup. So, 3rd round pick. That'd probably be asking a lot. 3rd or 4th round pick seems fair to me, but I don't know. Could end up being something else. But yeah, that's is that it? Is that it for the Preds talk?
Yeah, I mean, unless you
How's
had
Gustav
any
Nyquist
thoughts.
doing this year?
He's actually really good.
Dude, I had him in
He's
one of
actually
my
really good.
like NHL like franchise modes on like NHL 20 or something like that. I got rocked. So when we signed him, I was like, hell yeah, man.
I did look up his points yesterday, and I was like, whoa, are you serious?
Yeah, I was really happy when we signed him. He's kind of old too.
Mm-hmm.
He'd been around the block.
Yeah, when we signed him, I was like, let me see what he's been up to. And I was like, he's like 36 or 37, maybe not quite that old, mid 30s.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, ooh,
Nyquist is tied for 3rd on the team in points
damn
with
straight
Ryan
he is.
O'Reilly.
Let's go, Goose.
Yeah, he's been a surprise. Kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's been like
I
he's
think
been
he
a
has
big
scored.
he's been a big help.
I think he has scored like 4 empty net goals on this like little heater stretch that we're on right now, which is kind of funny that they're all coming
Points a
from him.
point.
Well,
That's right.
he scored 2 last night against the Senators.
All right. Right on.
That's awesome.
Cool. All right, moving on. We're gonna round it out with some college basketball. Do we have any takes? I've been trying to keep up with it.
Takes on
college
on
basketball, just in
just
general, like
on the sport.
yeah. I don't know.
Watching this Tennessee game right now, it's making me sweat. I mean, it's a crapshoot right now.
I think
Purdue,
Marquette ended up covering.
yeah, oh yeah, they won by
Today.
like 30.
Well, that's 6 in a row, baby.
Damn straight it is. Stay hot. Trying to think, there have been any upsets since we last. Oh yeah, St. John's beat Creighton, or not? Yes, it beat Creighton
Yeah.
on Sunday.
After they beat UConn.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. You never you just don't know what's gonna happen. I'm very excited for March. It's gonna be awesome.
I think March is peeking its head into this
We had
last stretch.
Two buzzer beaters last night.
Yeah.
With Kentucky and Nevada.
Yeah. That Kentucky game was I had Kentucky money line last night. Oh, that was awesome. I know you're not a fan of Kentucky.
I'm not, but we're so far past them at this point. It's just whatever. Nah, I obviously do not mean that. We played them last game of the season, so But no, we spanked them in Rupp. So as of right now, they're irrelevant. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Nevada on that half court buzzer beater. Who that be? Colorado State or is it Utah State? One of those two. It's Colorado State, I think. The Mountain West is wild, but I feel like that's every year. At least the last few years, it's like, oh, they could have like 5 or 6 tournament teams, and then aside from last year, when San Diego State made the championship, they all get bounced in like the first or second round. So I don't know what to make. I mean, it's all wide open. I think UConn is the best team in the country, but sometimes the best team in the country doesn't win. So actually, I'd say most of the time. So we shall see. March is going to be just the best. I'm so excited.
Do you think we get the equivalent of a CUSA team and a Mountain West team in the Final Four this year?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Mainly because the CUSA, FAU is not in the CUSA anymore, so the CUSA sucks.
Yeah.
But while that run was very fun, when they played each other, I was kind of like,
Yeah.
Like I loved it because it's college basketball, and I will love college basketball forever. But like when they were playing that game, I was like, last year in the Final Four we had Duke, North Carolina, and now we have FAU, San Diego State. So it was like I loved the run, but the outcome of it, I was like, okay, well, I'll take it.
Yep.
So, never mind.
Okay. This past week I did have Baylor. I think it was +2.5 against Houston, and I caught the last 30 seconds of that game. Absolutely brutal. I was like, oh, they're down by 2 or 3, and they go down the court. 13 seconds left. Baylor scores to tie it, and it's an and one. Shoots the free throw, misses, and then Houston gets the ball back, shoots a buzzer beater 3. Turns out that one didn't count. Then they go to overtime, and Baylor fucking shits their pants. That was brutal. I experienced all of the emotions in that.
Yeah, that one. I didn't have Baylor. I didn't have anything in that game, but I saw it. Like I was watching another one. I think that might have been same time as Duke Wake Forest, and they kept doing like live look-ins to the game. And I knew a bunch of people in the group chat had Baylor, and I saw the ending. I was like, man, that's rough. I'm sorry. That is brutal. Especially, I think was it an OT to win, or is it in regulation win when the guy had like a dunk and the ball just kind of flew out of his hands?
I don't remember. I think I turned it off halfway through overtime.
Oh, that might have been overtime then. Like guy had, it wasn't an alley oop, like, but it was like pass immediately into a dunk, and then he just kind of lost it. It didn't. I mean, I didn't take like a deep look into it. Maybe it was like deflected out or something, but it was brutal, and I apologize. I mean, that's college basketball is a fickle bitch.
Thank you so much for listening and watching. We really appreciate it. Check out the Trendscenter app. Link in our bio. Free 2-week free trial. Normal trials 3 days. Big, massive. Helps us with betting college basketball. NBA still in full form. So is the NHL. MLB starting up soon. It's going to be electric. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, but that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Any interaction with this really helps us out. We'll see you next week. There's 3 of us. Now let's make